Hey guys! So it's a rainy day in the garden and I figured that I'd come out here in between showers and try to plant quite a few corbels. I went to Lowe's this morning and I grabbed quite a few. We have silver gumdrop. Some of these I already have in the garden and some of them I don't. This one I did plant in a shade garden. I still have them, but they are extremely small. They are not doing the best. So I kind of want to get some more in the garden. So this one is silver gumdrop. We also have peachberry ice. I believe that I have one of these in the garden. I wanted to plant quite a few more, so peachberry ice. We have black pearl, primo black pearl. I have this corbel in two different spots in the garden. My favorite spot that this corbel is planted at, it has all died out, so kind of want to replace that. I have three. And we have, I don't have this one already in the garden. This one is toffee tart. I'm excited to get this one in the garden. And we have wildberry. So I planted wildberry a few weeks ago in the garden, and one of the ones I planted started to not look its best. I believe there is a cat in the garden, and I think that cat was taking a nap on the corbel. It was extremely flat to the ground, and I know that I need to replace that one, so I went ahead and I grabbed one. While I was in line, I was originally supposed to go there and get 6. I ended up getting 10 more, but while I was waiting in line, the manager walked up to me and she said, "Do you mind if I mark all of these off for you?" So originally $13.48, I got all of these half off, so I paid roughly about $7 for each of the 10 that I got. So I got a great deal on these corbels. I am excited to get all of them planted today. First one we are going to plant is our wildberry. Please excuse all of the weeds. I have quite a bit of cleanup that I need to do in the garden, but we're going to go to the location where this is going to be planted. I might as well give you guys a update on the vegetable garden. So I am ready to rip all of this out and get my fall veggies in the garden earlier on. So I did plant everything late because I wanted to get the new raised beds in. And earlier on in the season we did have a lot of rain. I got used to not having to come out here and water the vegetable garden. So when I needed to water the vegetable garden, I kind of didn't. So everything had a really late start, and the fact that I didn't water as I should have. But as of right now, we've been getting quite a bit of rain. Everything is looking great. This tomato plant has quite a few tomatoes on it. None of them are ready to pick. So this one looks great. I do have a few peppers that I do need to, well, that one has a hole in it, but I do have quite a few peppers on this plant that I need to harvest. Also, I think I'm dealing with a rabbit. This was sweet potatoes. I also have like something's been sitting over here and chewing up some stems on the tomato plants. But I did get quite a few things out of the vegetable garden. I did get one squash. I got quite a few cucumbers. Also, I got quite a few bell peppers as well that I've been using. I do need to harvest these too. I wish I had taken better care of the vegetable garden this year. Everything's doing fine, but I don't think I'm going to get much more out of it. I do have some green beans that I can harvest. There's a few on that plant as well, but that is just a update. We are going to be planting our corbel in this garden space right here. This is where I planted those wildberry corbels. So the one, I guess it has died out. It was planted right here in this spot. Not exactly sure where it disappeared to within the few days that I saw that it was looking poorly. Something's also been doing a bit of digging in this space as well. The ones that I planted don't look that full anymore, but we are coming towards the end of the season. So we are going to go ahead and get started with planting our first corbel wildberry, and it's going to go right there. So let's go ahead and get started. I have no clue where that corbel disappeared to, but it was out here a few days ago. Now it has completely vanished. I don't know if it just died back fully or what, but we have another one going in the ground, and I also have quite a few cages that I'm going to go ahead and put on the corbels. So hopefully I don't have issue. If I have an issue with anything coming back next year, then I don't know, I'm just going to end up planting something else over in this area. I understand that it's a lot of dryness over here, but I've been keeping everything watered pretty much, so I'm not understanding completely what the issue is for this space. I don't know if it's a good idea to put this on it or not, but for now I'm going to keep that like that. I have 2 more cages I'm going to go ahead and put on these other 2 as well. Hopefully this, I just grabbed this one off of the one I had already placed. Hopefully this will deter whatever's coming over here digging and messing around. So, first corbel is in. So I just spotted this. So this might have something to do with the culprit that maybe has decided to mess around with my wildberry corbels. Not exactly sure, but we do have a gopher in the garden, and he was famous for leaving green tomatoes in the pathways last year, but hopefully those cages will deter whatever is messing around over there. So let's go ahead and get a few other corbels in the ground. Our second corbel we are getting in is Primo Black Pearl. On another note, this is Candelabra hydrangea, and she has some really nice pink color on her. But the rain is starting to pick up a bit, so we got to get these corbels in the ground. This is where I'm going to be planting the Primo Black Pearl. This is one of my favorite stairways in the garden. I do have many since the garden is on a hill. And when all the hostas are in their prime and the ferns, this area is gorgeous. But we are out of season, so everything is tired and not looking as best. But I did have Primo Black Pearl 1, 2, and 3 right there, so I did pick up 3 more for us to get in the ground in this area. So let's go ahead and get these in the ground next. Not exactly sure what happened to these. It could be lack of moisture over in this area with the pawpaw trees, but seems like all of the black pearl that I had in this area has died, so we are going to replace it. Honestly, this is like the 3rd time I am replacing the Primo Black Pearl. If it doesn't do good this time, oh, then I'm going to be planting something else here. Not 100% sure what, but something else. Bunch of pawpaw seeds here. We did manage to get one pawpaw off of the tree, but not exactly sure what happened to the rest of them. Maybe the deer came and got those. I do have a little bit of deer damage, not as much as I did. I did forget to spray the liquid fence on a few things in the garden, and that is the only thing that the deers nibbled on, was what I forgot to spray the liquid fence on. So I will be using liquid fence again next year because it has worked wonders for my garden space. Probably should spread out a little bit of compost in this area as well. I do have some. But right now I just want to get these in the ground before I get rained out. I do have room for another hosta that I'm going to tuck over here eventually. So we got one more Primo Black Pearl to get in the ground. Third one is going right here. Break up the root ball with that. Alright, Primo Black Pearl is in. We do have quite a bit more to get in the ground, so let's go ahead and grab the next set. Our next set of corbels will be going in this garden space right here. But first I need to remove this branch. I am tired of this tree dropping all of these branches. This is like the fourth or fifth branch that this tree has dropped. I've been throwing all the branches over there. Now, I did tell you guys that the tree had another branch that was dead, that was stuck. And this is probably that branch. I hope my oak leaf hydrangea didn't get too damaged. But I did say that that tree had another branch that I spotted that was dead, that was needed to fall out. Hopefully this is the last one. So many branches from this tree that has fallen. I'm having a really hard time getting this branch up. But I am working with one hand. So that large branch did break a few branches off of my oak leaf hydrangea, but not too many. So that large tree right there, that's what's dropping all of the branches, and it's been dropping quite a few branches all season long. All this is going to get cleaned up in the winter time, so honestly I'm just going to try to drag this back in, all of that right there. I just tossed it over here, all that's whatever. I'm going to clean up that in the winter time when I know there's no more snakes to worry about or ticks. So that could stay over there for now. But let's go ahead and get our third corbel in the ground. Our next corbels we're going to get in the ground is silver gumdrop. We're going to be planting it in this little shade garden right here. I do already have some in this space, but they all look like this here. Not exactly sure why, but I don't know what the issue is with these corbels in this space. So this is my third one right here. Still alive, just not doing the best. And then we have another one right here. So I am going to leave all of those there. Maybe next year I can try to make sure I fertilize them. Maybe they will look a little bit better, but I am going to go ahead and tuck these three in. So let's go ahead and get these in the ground. I am going to go ahead and plant the silver gumdrop corbels right next to the existing ones. I will fertilize the existing ones next year at the start of the garden season. Hopefully they become good looking like the ones that we are going to plant now. Maybe they just need a bit of fertilizer. I'm not exactly sure. But in case they don't make it, we will have new ones. But hopefully with a little bit of fertilizer that we won't have an issue with the ones that are already in this garden space. So I'm not going to dig those out. Just going to plant these ones next to them, and hopefully next year they will bounce back. Last one, I'm going to go ahead and tuck right in this area. And I'm not going to worry about watering anything in because it's supposed to rain all day today, off and on. And we are expecting rain Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. It is pretty dry over here, and a little bit of trash. That's a piece of metal wire. Hopefully it's not much more in this area. So silver gumdrops are in. Next, we are going to go ahead and get our peachberry ice in the ground. I was originally going to intermingle it with the toffee tart, but I am loving the way the peachberry ice looks next to this Curex grass. So I'm going to go ahead and plant a trio in this little shade garden space. I'm going to try to get these in the ground pretty fast because the rain is starting to pick up a bit. And we still have 3 more to go. Not going to worry about mulching anything just yet either because of the rain we are supposed to be getting. I might have to take a small break before I plant the other ones while the rain settles a bit. Or I can try to just tuck them in ASAP as fast as possible. We shall see. I already know where I want those at, but like I said, I was originally going to intermingle the peachberry ice with the toffee tart, so I might have to go back to Lowe's and get a few more coral bells. But peachberry ice is in. Now let's try to go ahead and get the toffee tart in. We are going to plant our toffee tart in this area right here. I was originally going to do a large scoop, intermingling with the peachberry ice, but I changed my mind on that, so I might go back to Lowe's and grab a few more of the toffee tart. Break up the root ball a bit. Alright, we got one of those in. We have 2 more to go. I'm just going to be tucking them in front of this oak leaf hydrangea. Hopefully I can go back to Lowe's in probably a few days. Hopefully they still have some. I kind of still would like to intermingle these toffee tarts with some peachberry ice. Last one, I'm just going to go ahead and tuck right here. We have tucked in our last coral bells, the toffee tart. Originally, I wanted to intermingle peachberry ice over here, so I probably will go back to Lowe's and pick up quite a few more. I wanted a large drift in this area, but that is going to be it for today, guys. I do thank you for joining me on this rainy day planting, and I hope again to see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.